The Indonesian archipelago, a tapestry of thousands of islands, has been a crossroads of cultures and commerce for millennia. Long before European powers, powerful empires rose and fell, leaving indelible marks on the region's history. These early kingdoms, fueled by the spice trade, established vast networks of influence. From the Buddhist kingdom of Srivijaya to the Hindu-Buddhist empire of Majapahit, Indonesia's history is a testament to human resilience and cultural exchange. From the 7th century AD, the Srivijaya Empire rose to prominence, its power emanating from the island of Sumatra. This maritime empire, strategically positioned along the Strait of Malacca, controlled vital trade routes connecting the east and the west. Srivijaya's control of this maritime choke point allowed them to levy taxes on passing ships, amassing significant wealth and influence. The empire's heart pulsed with the rhythms of trade. Ships laden with spices, silks and ceramics traversed its waters, carrying not just goods but also ideas and beliefs. Srivijaya became a melting pot of cultures, attracting merchants, scholars and pilgrims from across Asia. This influx of knowledge and cultural exchange fostered a vibrant intellectual and religious atmosphere. Srivijaya became a renowned center of Buddhist learning, attracting monks and scholars from as far as China and India. The empire's patronage of Buddhism played a pivotal role in the spread of the religion throughout Southeast Asia. Srivijaya's influence extended far beyond its political borders. Its patronage of Buddhist scholars and its role as a center of learning cemented its status as a beacon of knowledge. The empire's embrace of cultural exchange left an enduring mark on the region, shaping artistic traditions, religious practices and languages. The empire's architectural prowess is evident in the remains of Buddhist temples, or candi, scattered across the Indonesian archipelago. These structures, adorned with intricate carvings and towering stupas, stand as silent witnesses to Srivijaya's grandeur. They are not merely religious monuments, but enduring symbols of an era defined by cultural exchange and maritime dominance. The Malay language, which originated within the Srivijaya Empire, spread throughout the region, becoming a lingua franca for trade and diplomacy. Today, Malay forms the basis of the national languages of Indonesia, Malaysia and Brunei, a testament to Srivijaya's lasting impact. As Srivijaya's influence waned in the 13th century, a new power emerged on the island of Java, the Majapahit Empire. Founded by King Raden Wijaya, Majapahit rapidly expanded its control over much of the Indonesian archipelago, ushering in a golden age of Javanese culture and power. Unlike the seafaring Srivijaya, Majapahit's power lay in its agricultural abundance and control of key trade routes. Its fertile volcanic soil and sophisticated irrigation systems supported a large population, providing the resources needed for expansion. Majapahit's rulers, through a combination of shrewd diplomacy, strategic alliances, and military might, extended their sway over neighboring islands. The empire's reach stretched across much of present-day Indonesia, encompassing parts of the Malay Peninsula and even reaching the shores of Borneo. This period witnessed the flourishing of Javanese arts, literature, and architecture, leaving an indelible mark on Indonesian culture. Section 5. Majapahit's Golden Age, a tapestry of art, culture, and power. The reign of Hayam Wuruk, Majapahit's most celebrated king, marked the zenith of the empire's power and cultural achievements. His reign, guided by the brilliant Prime Minister Gajah Mada, was characterized by military expansion, economic prosperity, and a flourishing of art and literature. Under Hayam Wuruk's rule, Majapahit's influence reached its peak. The empire's wealth, derived from trade and agriculture, fueled the patronage of the arts. Majapahit's legacy is most vividly preserved in its majestic temple complexes. The most famous Prambanan, with its towering spires and intricate carvings, stands as a testament to the architectural genius of the era. Beyond its architectural marvels, the Majapahit era produced a rich tapestry of literature, performing arts, and philosophy. This period witnessed the creation of the epic poem Negara Kretagama, a eulogy to Hayam Wuruk's reign, and the development of the Wayang Kulit shadow puppet theatre, which continues to enchant audiences today. Section 6. The Shadow of Colonialism, the Arrival of the Dutch. The 16th century saw European powers arrive in Southeast Asia, driven by the spice trade. The Portuguese, Dutch and English sought dominance over this trade network. The Dutch East India Company, established in 1602, consolidated control over the Indonesian archipelago. They exploited rivalries between local kingdoms to further their interests. Plantations for coffee and sugarcane transformed the economy and landscape. This period marked centuries of colonial rule characterized by exploitation and resistance. Section 7. Under Dutch rule, exploitation, and the seeds of resistance. The Dutch East India Company's rule was marked by corruption and mismanagement, leading to its bankruptcy in 1799. The Dutch government then took direct control of the archipelago, further tightening its grip on the colony. The Dutch implemented a system of forced cultivation, known as the cultivation system, compelling farmers to dedicate a portion of their land and labor to producing export crops. This system, while profitable for the Dutch, had devastating consequences for the Indonesian people. It led to widespread famine, poverty, and resentment, fueling the flames of resistance. Despite the brutal realities of colonial rule, the Indonesian spirit remained unbroken. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, resistance to Dutch rule took various forms, from localized uprisings, led by local chiefs, to the emergence of nationalist movements advocating for self-determination. The Indonesian people never ceased their struggle for freedom. This spirit of resistance, fueled by a yearning for independence, would ultimately pave the way for Indonesia's emergence as a nation. Section 8. The birth of a nation. Indonesia's struggle for independence. World War II had a profound impact on Indonesia. The Japanese occupation of the archipelago during the war weakened Dutch control and provided an opportunity for Indonesian nationalists to mobilize. Following Japan's surrender in 1945, Indonesian nationalist leaders Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta declared Indonesia's independence. The declaration, a pivotal moment in Indonesian history, marked the beginning of a 4-year struggle for independence from the Dutch. The Indonesian people, united in their desire for self-determination, waged a fierce resistance against the returning Dutch forces. This revolution, characterized by guerrilla warfare and diplomatic efforts, garnered international support, putting pressure on the Netherlands to recognize Indonesia's independence. Finally, on December 27, 1949, the Netherlands officially recognized Indonesian sovereignty, marking the birth of a new nation. Section 9. Sukarno's vision, navigating the challenges of a new nation. Following independence, Sukarno, a charismatic leader who had played a pivotal role in the independence movement, became Indonesia's first president. He sought to unify the diverse archipelago under the principle of Pancasila, a 5-point philosophy emphasizing national unity, social justice, and belief in one God. Sukarno's vision for Indonesia extended beyond its borders. He positioned Indonesia as a leader of the non-aligned movement, advocating for newly independent nations during the Cold War. However, his ambitious domestic and foreign policies led to economic instability and political turmoil. Sukarno's guided democracy, intended to streamline decision-making, concentrated power in his hands, suppressing dissent and eroding democratic institutions. By the mid-1960s, Indonesia faced economic crisis, political instability, and a growing communist threat, culminating in a coup attempt that would reshape the nation's trajectory. Section 10. The Suharto Era, Stability and Authoritarianism. In the wake of the failed coup attempt, General Suharto, an army general, seized power in 1967, ushering in a period of authoritarian rule that would last for over 3 decades. The Suharto regime, known as the New Order, prioritized economic development and political stability, albeit at the expense of human rights and democratic freedoms. Suharto's economic policies, supported by Western powers, led to significant economic growth, lifting millions out of poverty. However, this progress came at a high cost. His regime was characterized by widespread corruption, cronyism, and human rights abuses. Opposition was ruthlessly suppressed, and freedom of speech was severely curtailed. The Suharto era, though marked by economic progress, left a legacy of human rights violations and a deeply entrenched culture of corruption that continues to plague Indonesia today. Section 11. Modern Indonesia, a nation in transition. The Asian financial crisis of 1997-98 exposed the weaknesses of Suharto's regime, leading to widespread protests and demands for reform. In 1998, facing mounting pressure, Suharto resigned, paving the way for a new era of democratic reform in Indonesia. Since Suharto's downfall, Indonesia has undergone a remarkable transformation, transitioning from authoritarian rule to a vibrant democracy. It has held free and fair elections, embraced a free press, and witnessed the emergence of a dynamic civil society. However, challenges remain. Indonesia continues to grapple with issues of corruption, poverty, inequality, and religious intolerance. Despite these challenges, Indonesia has made remarkable progress, demonstrating the resilience of its people and their commitment to building a more just and prosperous future.